Daja how y'all. Hello everyone. Alright, so today in this video I'm going to be talking about my favorite movies. Nobody asked, okay? But I just think it's a good thing for me to be talking about things that I care about because I'm slowly going crazy. I have not left my room in the last couple days. And the reason why I'm in filming here and not the living room is just because it's so hot in the living room because like my AC is next to my bed. So yeah. And so it's just good to like talk and stuff. I don't really know. I mean like you go insane, right? You go insane if you don't socialize and like I'm talking to myself in a sense, but I don't know, man. There was like this one post that Clavicular posted on like looksmax.org or whatever, where it was like, try to say less than 10 words a day. And that's been me the last 10 days or the last couple days or whatever. I think I'm just PMSing. But anyway, I have my letterboxd opened right here. I got a new phone case. There's some fishies on there. I got a new phone case because my other one was growing mold on it on the inside. Cause and this one's probably gonna grow mold on the inside as well. But the reason why is because like when you go to a funeral, they give you like a little trading card of like the person that died. I don't. It depends what funeral what service you use, but I don't even. Is the microphone? I don't know if my microphone's actually working. Hello, 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 hello. Okay, I think it's working. So at a funeral, it depends what denomination you are, if you go to like a church or whatever, but like the funeral that I went to for my grandma, they gave us like little trading cards with like a picture of her and like Hail Mary or something on the back. Don't know if Hail Mary was her favorite prayer or what. It could just be like a funeral thing. I don't really know, but like RIP. RIP my grandma. I am now grandparentless. Yes, I did cry at her funeral. Obviously. Nah, because I literally could have seen her before she died, but I was farting around, and that's like something I do kind of regret. But maybe it was a good thing that I didn't see her because seeing genuine morbid things, such as like people about to die, is something that is like, I don't know. I just like, when you're actually confronted with death, it is a little scary. But anyway, we're here to talk about movies. I don't know why I was talking about that, but moral of the story, I had to get a new phone case because my grandma's like little trading card got moldy, and it's probably gonna make this case moldy as well. That's okay. That's okay. When I die, I'm gonna make sure that my little funeral card is like a reverse hollow. And I'm gonna make the back of it have like Beatles lyrics and not a prayer. I don't even really want a funeral. I don't really, cause one, I'm going to be dead. And that's the thing that I like got in an argument with like, whatever, is that I really, like when you're dead, you're dead. Like it doesn't matter what, it wasn't like an argument. It was more so just like agree to disagree. When you die, there's no like if you don't believe in afterlife, there's like no afterlife, right? So like why would you care? Like literally my body could get like I'm dead, I have no consciousness. I have no if I have absolutely no consciousness, no perception of anything, like there's nothing, genuinely nothing when I'm dead. Dude, I don't care what happens to the world or my body, like genuinely it could get blown up by Israel. I don't really care what happens. I do not care what happens to my body. So that's why I'm like hesitant on like I don't care if like funeral is mainly for the family, I guess, as well. But like yeah, like I don't really need a grave site or like a funeral or anything like that. But it would be cool to have little trading cards. I don't know. Like a morbid part, like I think that we should have like death parties. Not funerals, death parties, where the person's like actually still alive, but like, they have like one last chance to say goodbye to everyone. And I mean, obviously that sometimes that's not possible because sometimes a freak accident can happen, you know? And sometimes you just can't predict what's gonna happen. But if it's like a nice, slow little death, might as well have a death party. And then, you know, the person that's dying can actually kind of experience what the funeral is, and then you don't even have to go with the funeral. Because funerals are expensive. Funerals are expensive, and it's just like, I don't know. And I've been to more funerals than weddings. Let's have more weddings, guys. Except not really, because no one, like, I'm 23, so, like, no one I'm really friends with is getting married. The only person who could get married has told me that he doesn't want to marry his girlfriend until they're, like, 40. So I'm like, bro, like, he still has not even posted her publicly on his Instagram, and they've been dating for, like, 4 years. And I'm like, guy, like, what? And he's like, I have ops. And I'm like, what? Dude, like, it's not that serious. It's truly not that serious. Anyway, so movies. We're 6 minutes into the video. I think I just want an excuse to talk. Because, like, I like talking, and, like, I feel like, well, there was, like, you know, I be talking a lot, and I have a lot to say and a lot to share and a lot to just get off my mind. And recently, the last couple days, I just haven't really been talking to a lot of people. And so there's just, like, this buildup and abundance of, like, you know, I just want to, like, get it out there. I don't know. This is, like, very sad and depressing, probably. I have no justification for this. Genuinely, I was supposed to go, shopping with my friend today and buy jewelry, but I was too depressed to do that. And tomorrow, I'm supposed to go to Newburyport and then have a meeting with my roommates and then do, like, some, like, tabletop RPG thing with my coworkers. I don't know if I'm gonna attend any of those. I may not go to any of those things. I should. I think I should. But I've just been, like, PMSing, and, like, it's crazy. When I'm PMSing, when I'm PMSing, it gets bad. It gets real bad. My skin, like, freaks out, and, like, thankfully for this freaking MacBook camera, you can't see, but genuinely, you don't want to see. This skin, you can do tech deck tricks off my skin. It's so, like, bumpy, genuinely. So, I don't know. The makeup glazing routine is real. But anyway, so movies. Okay. So my Letterboxd top 4 consists of, and I need to change this because I think I made this, like, in high school or whatever. And also I don't need to change it because I have, like, 4 followers on Letterboxd. And my 4 followers on Letterboxd are my roommate, my old coworker, and my friend that has cancer or had cancer and is recovering. So shout out Tomar Fall, happening soon. Anyway. Yeah, no, I definitely made this in high school. My top 4 on Letterboxd are Home Alone. I still stand by that. Home Alone will forever be my favorite movie. Even if, like, other movies come out, Home Alone will always be my favorite movie. It's been my favorite movie. I'll justify that later. Home Alone, Joker, 2019 Joker, starring Joaquin Phoenix, Despicable Me, and here's the edgy one. As if Joker wasn't edgy enough, I threw in Mermaid in a Manhole, which is this... It's part of the Guinea Pig series. And like, I tried to explain this series to people in a somewhat, you know, clinical sense, but there's really no way to describe it with, you know, I don't know. I tried to censor it a bit, but, like, yeah, it's a weird movie. So let's get into my top 4 films and explain my reasoning for them being there. And again, I'm probably gonna move them off. I'm gonna move some of these around. I think I'm gonna keep Home Alone stays on there. Home Alone is staying on there, but I think I'm gonna have to move a couple of these off the top 4 because they are weird. Not weird, but, you know, not my favorite movies. Okay, so Home Alone. Home Alone has been my favorite movie ever since I was, like, 5. Genuinely, it's been my favorite. And it's a Christmas movie, right? It's a Christmas movie, and I watch it every Christmas. Because, like, it's just like, I guess like it's just like a white person thing, and me with my like beautiful Aryan blood dripping through my veins, you know, like my parents would always have like, you know, family movie nights and stuff, and they would sit my ass down. Genuinely, like my family, my beautiful Aryan family would sit my ass down and be like, okay, we're watching Home Alone, we're watching A Christmas Story, which, by the way, I hate A Christmas Story. I hate that movie so much because, like, I hate Christmas Vacation, I hate Christmas Story, because bad things just keep happening to the main character, and they just keep receiving misfortune after misfortune, and there's no moral to the story. At least in Home Alone, when bad things happen to Kevin, there's somewhat of a resolution. It adds, you know, necessary tension to the plot, right? And that's, yeah, I gotta add Matilda on here. Matilda is like a similar thing where like bad things happen to her, and she is in a so I don't Matilda is not on my letterbox, but I'll add it eventually. Okay, but Home Alone, you know, it's a classic Christmas movie. Has Joe Pesci in it, and I did go through a phase where I was into mafia movies, specifically The Irishman, which also has Joe Pesci in it. I don't like Goodfellas, and I like tried to watch Scarface, and then I'm like, okay, this guy's just like not like, this guy's just a dick. Like, and same with Goodfellas, like the main character is just like an asshole. I don't really like watching movies where the main character is an asshole. I like watching movies where the main character is like flawed, sure, and, you know, overcomes those flaws. But if the main character is just like an asshole and there's like no resolution in that, it's like, I don't care to watch this. And yeah, so anyway, Home Alone, yes. So, and I also like kind of related to Kevin because, like, you know, not like peace and love to my parents. They've had their ups and downs. They have surely had their ups and downs. Same with me. I was not like the best way, like, we're getting to the therapy section, as if this whole video isn't just one big therapy session. The best way I can describe my, like, childhood and, like, the way my parenting style, like, my parents' parenting style was, you know, they hyped me up, appreciate, bless, and they hyped me up, and, yeah, they just hyped me up because I was, you know, smart for my age. I got good grades. I did well in dance class or whatever. I was really committed to, like, extracurriculars. I did art, and, yeah. Like, they hyped me up, bro. Then, some time around, like, I don't know, maybe I was, like, 11, 12, I kind of, like, developed my own personality, I guess, and, not to say that I, like, was a robot or whatever when I was a kid, but, like, I definitely felt as though, not necessarily my parents' love was conditional. I'm not saying that at all. My parents do unconditionally love me, but the amount and extent to which they love me was dependent on whether or not I fit the mold of who they wanted me to be, which was, like, an academically gifted, sociable girl who, you know, like, they were weird about certain things. Like, they didn't let me drink milk. I wasn't allergic to milk or lactose intolerant, so that was kind of weird. They like, my mom was kind of a crunchy, like, almond mom type, so maybe, like, it was something like that. They weren't that weird. Actually. They didn't really do that many weird things, but yeah, I was, like, a good kid. Like, I didn't even swear, and then it sort of, like, this whole, like, rubber band effect of, like, being very stretched as a kid, and then, bling, like, puberty or whatever happens, and then, bling, I just like get into the wrong sides of the internet and become like quote unquote edgy, this and that, and just generally do things that my parents disapprove of. Never got bad grades. Never once in my life got bad grades. But again, rubber banded effect where I was relatively sheltered as a kid. And then once given more freedom and once I desired that freedom, it just like, ping. And again, not like I've done anything like that crazy, but like, you know, I don't know. I'm not a saint by any means and will never be. The story of and you guys don't know well, actually, I think I might have revealed my, like, real, like, name in, like, a video at some point. But the saint named after me, or the saint that shares the same name with me, like, I think she became a saint because, like, I don't even know what the story was, but the story was kind of weird and violent. Anyway, Home Alone, my favorite movie of all time. The GOAT. The GOAT, the GOAT, the GOAT. Yeah, I just really like this movie. Because I related to Kevin, I guess, in the fact that, like, you know, he has a big family and feels somewhat estranged from his family and he just wants to be alone, right? He wants his family to disappear. I wanted my family to disappear when I was, like, 10, right? Because, you know, you go through those, like, phases as a kid where you're like, Mom took my computer away, so I'm gonna call CPS. Like, you go through those phases, right, as a kid where you just feel, like, bratty and entitled and you hate your family. Sometimes that hatred is justified, but, like, in my case, I don't think it, like, yeah, my parents have had their ups and downs. They're not perfect, but, like, how can you expect, like, raising a kid is just, like, so hard to do, and there are just so many different factors that need to line up. Not to mention the fact that I'm probably, like, there's probably some deep locked away trauma in the recesses of my brain, because the actual, like, conditions of my birth, and I don't want to get into it because it is kind of personal, but, like, the actual, like, conditions of my birth and how I got, you know, to my family or whatever was probably very traumatizing to my developmental brain, my infant brain. And I was not, like, I was, like, to my knowledge, I was never abused by my parents, but the conditions of my actual, like, and again, I don't want to get into the details, but the actual situation and condition of, like, how I was born and the first couple months of my life probably created some sort of weird chemical imbalance in my brain that I just don't know how to, first of all, even access, okay? But, like, it is weird. It is just very weird because, like, just certain things will trigger me. I was watching House of D, and there's, like, a scene where, like, but I don't know. Anyway, so Home Alone. Yeah, Home Alone's cool. It's funny. I really enjoyed it as a kid. Mainly, honestly, as a kid, I enjoyed it because the like, slapstick element of it, and, like, the scene where he, like, is setting up the traps and, like, the burglars go through the house. That scene is, like, half the movie, and I like that because my little, like, ADHD brain was like, oh my, or not, I don't have ADHD, I'm, like, undiagnosed and unmedicated. I am the GOAT. My little, like, childhood short attention brain was like, okay, stuff needs to be happening. And also I thought it was cool. I thought it was cool that Kevin at his young age had the agency to go out and do all those things, like go grocery shopping and, you know, protect his house from burglars. And autonomy and independence was something that I severely, not necessarily, like, lacked as a kid, but it's something that I really, like, really wanted. I really wanted to do things by myself. I really wanted to be, like, alone, and I really wanted to make my own decisions as a kid. Like, I remember getting in an argument with, like, my dad when I was 14 because he wouldn't let me go to the mall. Like, he wouldn't drop me off at the mall alone, and I was like, dude. Like, it's the mall. Guys, like, it's the mall. I live in, like, a very white like safe area. It's the mall. Like, not to say that race and crime like, I'm not gonna get into freaking crime statistics, but the area that I was in, it was very, very white, very rich. Okay, so like, it was fine. It was genuinely fine for a 14-year-old girl to be walking. Not to mention, I'd be walking around with my friend from high school anyway, so we wouldn't even be alone. So I don't even know. Like, that's just like, don't piss me off like that again. And I don't know. I just, and I still feel that way about, like, I still feel like an strong, independent woman, in certain ways. Like, I really like living alone. Yeah, I really like living alone and making my own decisions for myself. Okay. So next on the list, Joker. Why do I have this in my top 4? I don't know. I think it's because I made this profile when I was in high school. And I thought Joker, when I first saw Joker at the age of 16, my mind was blown away. I was like, this is cinema. Like, I became a cinephile, guys. I was like, I'm not a cinephile by any means. I actually am not. Like, I think I have probably the average movie knowledge for someone of our generation. Not even, because there's probably, like, I didn't watch. Oh my god! Everyone says Fantastic Mr. Fox is their favorite movie. They're being performative AF. Like, it's an okay movie, but if it's your favorite movie, like, stop. All the performative mofos are like, Fantastic Mr. Fox is my favorite movie, and I love listening to Radiohead, and, like, it's just like, insert that, like, one gif of, like, the 1,000 Buzz Lightyears. I'm like, okay, dude, you're not special. And also, like, you shouldn't like, make the media that you consume doesn't make you a more interesting person. I mean, maybe it does. I don't know, if you listen to freaking, like, Mongolian throat singing, like, if you listen to, like, avant-garde stuff, but even that, like, do we actually listen to avant-garde stuff? Do we actually listen to that? And the answer is kind of yeah. I was listening to Liverpool Sound Collage by Paul McCartney. But I listened to that on the ride home in silence, because I think I just had a really long shift and I just didn't want to listen to music, and I was just like, but anyway. So the Joker came out in 2019. I was 16. I watched it with the person I was dating at the time. And it was our first date. I think we had our first kiss during that date as well. I don't really know. It was a good date. Like, we went to, like, a sushi restaurant, and then we went to a sushi, like, my favorite sushi restaurant in town, and then watched Joker. It was very classy, very cute, you know, pick me up and drop me off at 9 p.m. at my house. And I was very naive. I was like, wow, this is so awesome. And then, like, 10 months later, he was like, actually, I only got with you because I wanted to use you for nefarious reasons. And I was like, oh, that's cool. But anyway, not related at all. Yeah, no, when I watched this, I was, like, I was going through an edgy phase. It feels like I'm always going through an edgy phase, honestly. Not as much now. Like, I'm trying to be, like, all peace and love and stuff. It's just kind of, it's hard not to be, like, cynical and, like, edgy, because I'm not saying it's, like, the default, but you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm rambling on for a lot. Again, this is just gonna be, like, this is a pseudo therapy session, because I don't get out there and talk enough, and I really have not had a conversation with another human being that lasted longer than, like, 5 minutes for, like, a while, guys. And you know what? I think it's a good thing to have long conversations with people that you love and care about. Whether they're, like, friends or family or lovers or whatnot, what have you. And I guess this is a conversation that I'm having with myself and the audience to an extent, but it's like, when I upload these, I don't really expect anyone to actually, like, listen to them in their full extent. I'm purely uploading them for myself to maybe one day look back on, or maybe to never look at again. But it's mainly just for me to like air out my thoughts, because I need a journal. Maybe I should journal. This in a way is like journaling, right? So yeah, the Joker is on here as well. Despicable Me is genuinely a good movie on here as well. This again was one of my favorite movies. I would go on a lot of road trips with my families. Despicable Me was in the little DVD case thing, and we called it the hippo because it was in the shape of a hippo. I was like, pull out the hippo, pull out the hippo. And yeah, I would watch Despicable Me and Home Alone on long car rides. And brother, there were a lot of long car rides. And oh my God. But now that I'm older, when you're a kid, like honestly, like Vsauce made a video of this, the passage of time is so much different. And I feel like time goes by so fast now that I'm like an adult. And it's actually kind of scary because I'm 23. Guys, when I'm 33, bro, every second's gonna feel like every minute's gonna feel like a second. Like that's like I don't want to. It's so hard to like live in the moment, and these like and it's so hard now that I feel like my memory space is like really starting to space out, because I'll look through my phone and I'll look at like contacts and just be like, I have no idea who this person is. Guys, let's go through my contacts. Let's go through my iPhone contacts. Sorry, I updated a picture of me and my friend. Okay. 10 duplicates found. What are the duplicates? Okay. I don't want to merge any of these in case they get, okay, so. All right, girl from my high school. Oh, I'm blocking your ass. Girl from freshman year of college. Don't know who you are. My brother-in-law. Northeastern. I went to Northeastern and I got my degree and everything, so I feel comfortable releasing that information. Maybe like a coworker? Maybe a coworker, maybe a classmate from middle school, person I ran wildlife club with. I don't know who you are. Old coworker, old situationship, old coworker, someone I went to college with, someone in my jam sesh, one of my friends. Don't know who this person is. Old coworker. Someone from my college, someone from my high school, someone from my high school. I don't know who this person is. My friend's girlfriend. Old situationship? Old coworker. Kid who was a friend of the first band that I was ever in. Someone from my high school, someone from my high school, someone from my high school, someone from my middle school, someone from my high school, someone from college. Okay, the list goes on and on and on and on. We're still on A. We're still on A. Yeah, whoa. Oh my God. Dude, I forgot. Oh my God. Oh my God, guys. Because it's like so weird. I don't know who any of these people are. Anyway. So. What was I even gonna say? Why was I even going through that? Anyway, my old contacts or whatever. And most of these people, like, anyway, sorry, I'm freaking, I'm all over I'm just, whatever, Skype. But Despicable Me, again, it has that, like, slapstick element that Home Alone also has, and it, honestly, is just a heartwarming story. Gru is very funny, you know, take or leave the minions, they're fine. I think the story of him adopting these, like, 3 girls is beautiful. It's a beautiful story because it's, like, about found family. And I think that the concept of found family is really, like, powerful because, you know, you don't, like, choose what circumstances you're born in, but you can choose who you surround yourself with, like, in adulthood and whatnot. And yeah, and if I ever have kids, I'm probably going to adopt like children that are like a bit older. Like, I don't really want to get, like, just for like evolutionary sense, I may pop out one beautiful mixed race baby, then the rest adopted, genuinely, because I like, one, childbirth is so scary. Your eyes can like fall out of your head, like, genuinely. My sister was pregnant and she hated being pregnant. And again, like, the whole like raising a child thing, the baby could just die, like sudden infant death. That's scary. Like, that's so scary. Having a baby genuinely got, like, it genuinely is probably the most terrifying thing ever. Like, you really true, like, the thing, you guys, having a baby, it's not like it's so very, very, like, crazy. It's so crazy, and it's such a big responsibility, and like you really gotta, like, be locked in for the next 18 years if you want to have a kid from like childbirth or whatever. It is not an easy thing. I don't know how anyone does it. Because you give up your life for this kid. You actually give up your sense of self and independence for this kid. And that's like why right now, I'm still figuring out who I am. I just like am like, hell no, like, not my son, not my daughter. Like the thought, like, I'll see like a mother like with a stroller or whatever, and I'm like, oh, that's cute. Oh, do you guys like my new necklace? You can't really see it because it's like clear. I got it at Spencer's. Did I look at the back wall of Spencer's? Of course I did. But did I buy anything off the back wall of Spencer's? No, because I was with my roommates at the time, and I feel like that's kind of weird. I was like, guys, can we go to Spencer's? And they're like, well, not my future roommates, the people I'm moving in with, which is another thing I'm kind of scared about, because the last time I had a roommate, technically the last time I had my roommate was with my ex, and actually living with him was actually like fine. Like, it actually worked out pretty well, because him and I are both like very independent. We need our alone time type people, but you know, he was actively cheating on me with other men, so it's like, oh, like, yeah. And then, like, one time he just, like, crashed out on me, and, like, that was not cool. I don't know, man. We just, like... But I've, for the most part, I forgive him, because genuinely, it's, like, not anything that he did was not a result of me, and there's nothing that I could have done that would have impacted his actions, so it's, like, genuinely, like, I'm not really that pressed about it. Anyway. But, yeah, the last time I had roommates was like 2 years ago, maybe a year ago, and it worked out actually all right. It actually was fine because they were out of the house most of the day, so never mind, that's a bad example. But in an ideal situation, I would live alone, because I can just be, I can do whatever I want, I can be as loud as I want, I can be as messy as I want, and it's just nice. And so, like, the fact that I'm not even comfortable giving up my autonomy to, like, roommates is telling of, like, yeah, there's no way I'm gonna give up my, like, personhood and autonomy for, like, a baby or, like, a child or whatever, like, even if it's my own child. You know, maybe if I, like, gave birth, whatever, like, things in my head could change, and, like, I could feel, like, more psychologically compelled to take care of my child or whatever, but that, you know, I don't want to find out, because that might not be the case. I want to be 100% certain that I want this, right? So, because it's like, you can't unbirth a kid. You can't, like, so that's why I'm more so leaning towards the idea of, like, fostering or, like, adopting, rather than freaking producing new life. And, like, I used to be, like, very anti-natalist, and to some degree I still am. I still think adoption is better than giving birth, considering the fact that there's, like, so many children out there that are in need of a loving family. Just saying, guys. Just saying, like, progeny and all that is important, but, like, not that important. We're all gonna die anyway. Just try to make the world a better place. Is the world gonna be a better place with, the same amount of babies that need homes. No, the world's gonna be a better place with one less baby who is in need of a home, and you can be that person by choosing to adopt rather than cream pieing. Oh, my goal in life is just to get cream. Wait, what? What? Yeah, my goal in life is to be rich and cream pied by the same person every day. Like, who cares? Who actually cares? Like, I'm a simple boy. I'm a simple boy. This is my boy moding outfit, by the way. Not really. I'm not like I'm such a fake boy. But like I'm listen, I'm just going to slap the non-binary label on myself and call it a day, and still publicly go by but you cannot misgender me. You cannot misgender me if you call me a boy or whatever, or a man or whatever. You cannot misgender me. You can call me anything you want because I identify as like everything and nothing at the same time. I present feminine because I was born in a female body. So yeah, like, but it really truly does not matter to me. It really truly does not matter to me. I don't feel strongly about being called anything. I do like being called good boy, and I do like being called good girl, good person. Not so much because that's not very sexy, but anyway. We was talking about Despicable Me, bro. Next is Mermaid in a Manhole. So the best way I can synopsize this film, because I doubt anyone who's watching this channel has seen it, is, again, and this was, I definitely made this list in high school because I was definitely going through like my edgy phase or whatever. This movie is about an artist, a painter, a man painter, who is painting a portrait of a woman, and he walks outside, stumbles inside a manhole, and sees and finds a dying mermaid. So he brings the mermaid back to high cortisol. I'll explain some other time. He's pissing me off again. I gotta get a new place before I actually hurt this dude and end up arrested. I'm legit not even gonna go home tonight because he's being a drunk F-slur again. If I go there, I'm gonna snap and put hands on him. I don't want to be a accomplice to this, guys. Ooh, what the hell? Okay, you need help, bro. You need help. I'm not even gonna respond to this because I don't, like, it's not my job to do that. Like, I'm sorry, bro, but you don't need to, like... Anyway. So, he takes the mermaid back to his apartment, or whatever, his house or whatever, puts her in a bathtub, and is like, okay, like, let me help you out, and also paint you. And he starts painting her portrait. And she slowly decays and dies over time. And yeah. And the reason why I really like this movie is because it's like a metaphor for a woman having a miscarriage. Not like I've had a miscarriage. I feel like I have a miscarriage every time I'm on my period, because I'm like, oh, the baby died. There was no baby inside me, but I was like, oh. Because, yeah. Not to say that, like, well, yeah, our biological purpose is to, like, have babies or whatever. But I just went on, like, a full, like, 10-minute rant of why I personally am not that interested in having a baby. Again, I'm open to having one. Run. One person. I don't know how to say baby. Xiaoren. Xiaoren. 好的。因为我不喜欢 pregnancy, right? Like, let's not... I'm not interested in that. Not interested in that. I don't... Yeah. But the real kicker of Mermaid in a Manhole, the movie... it's on YouTube, actually. You can watch it for free. But I wouldn't recommend it because when I watched it, I was going through my edgy gore phase. And I wasn't like on Live Leak, like I really wasn't like, again, I'm not as edgy, like again, I have these edgy faces, but they're really not even like I'm LARPing, like it's not that crazy. Like I would go on 4chan. I wouldn't even look at gore on 4chan. I wouldn't even go on Live Leak. I would just like watch all of this on like YouTube basically. YouTube has gore, bro. And I would watch this one YouTuber who like reviewed gore videos, and there was this thing called MD Pope, and which stood for most disturbed person on planet Earth. And it was just these compilations of gore videos. I never watched MD Pope. I just watched YouTubers who watched MD Pope summarize it because I like, didn't, there's this like morbid curiosity, but I didn't actually want to physically see it. But shout out to that one guy. It was just like some one YouTuber that like would watch gore videos like censored and just be like, okay, he's getting his fingers chopped off. Yeah, they're feeding his fingers back to him. Yeah, he's eating his own poop now, guys. Okay. Yep, okay, they're decapitating him. Like I never watched those videos, but I would watch people actually describe. And if I actually had to watch like a real video of someone getting freaking beheaded, or like someone's like freaking fingers getting chopped off, ooh, I don't want to see that. I'm not actually into that. So, Mermaid in the Manhole isn't actually that graphic, but there are scenes of like blood and guts and maggots and stuff coming out. So, that's not great. But it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube for anyone to see. So the furthest gore that I can take that isn't like fake, like I can fake gore is fine because it's like, well, this is fake. It's whatever. Like I don't really like it's fine. But IRL, the most gore I can take is probably the Charlie Kirk video. That didn't really faze me. But it is still pretty bad because it's like a vital like that's probably the furthest I'd be willing to like comfortably watch. I don't seek out these things at all. I don't seek out gore. And when I was going through like my edgy like phase in high school, I wasn't even active. I was just like, there was just like a morbid curiosity where it's like, okay, what's like the worst I could see? But I didn't even want to see the worst of it. And again, I'm still just scratching the surface, and I don't want to really, I want to live in somewhat of a blissful ignorance, and as much as like, that might not be the right thing to do or whatever, at this point, guys, just strap me in the Auto Masturbator VR headset. Like, genuinely, I would take the blue pill! If I was in the Matrix, I would take the blue pill. Because, like, I'm so, like, if I was in the Siddhartha story, or like the Buddhism story, girl, I say take me back to the palace. I don't want to see this. I wouldn't do no meditation under a tree. I would just say, take me back to the palace. I've seen enough. Take me back. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm just like not into like dark, gory stuff. I'm into cutesy, wholesome things. So those are my top 4 on Letterboxd. Now, let's go into my top rated of all times. Sort by highest rating. So, my highest ratings, Get Out. I agree with that still. Get Out is a fantastic film. It's, it's very accessible, and it's funny, and, as a person of color... No, as a white girl, like, anyway, as a person of color, I actually do enjoy watching this movie. I mean, obviously, like, spoiler alert, there's, like, an Asian guy in the auction. I'm like, y'all, what are you doing here? Get out of here, bro. But he looked Japanese, so that makes sense, shit. So, yeah, Get Out, fantastic film. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, I rated it as a 5, and... yes, I watched this when I was going through a breakup, as one does. And I still would rate it this high because I do like enjoy the concept of like the timelines merging, and it's very like, it's like relatable. You like replay the memories of someone that you... I need to rewatch this, bro. I should rewatch this movie. It's a good movie. It's just, you replay, like, the fond memories that you have with someone, and then, like, that person's no longer in your life, and you're like, oh, well, okay, cool. Because, like, love and stuff is so very powerful. Love is the most powerful thing on earth, in my opinion. It can really drive people to like psychosis, and it truly, like, honestly, like, it kind of sucks. It actually like sucks when you love something, because then you attach like emotions and stuff, and like you feel like every single the joy, the jealousy, the pain, the like surgic bliss of love, and like the crushing lows of it as well. And like it sucks, bro. It sucks, but it's also like nice, because like there's been so many times where like I go through like a crazy heartbreak, and then like I'm like, oh my god, I'm never gonna recover, and then I do, and I end up like finding someone else that I like, it's just really like the indomitable human spirit is all I can really say. You would think I'm like a robot right now, but I'm not. I still have in my heart the capacity to love people, even if they might not love me back, or like might only love me conditionally, or what, or this or that. I don't really care, because again, it's like there's like the clip, I forgot of who, but it was like, the sun is going to keep on shining regardless of whether or not the grass appreciates its rays, right? It's like just anyway. Next is the Beatles' Yellow Submarine. Fire movie. It's a fire movie. Even if you're in, listen, I am a Beatles stan. I am a Beatles stan. So what? So what, guys? It's a good movie, even to non-Beatles fans. And I am gonna sit my niece down. I am gonna say, nephew, watch this movie. Watch this movie, yo. When she's old enough, because my brother-in-law did that to me. A lot of these movies on here are just movies that my brother-in-law sat my ass down. He was like, you're watching this. You're getting cultured. So I'm going to do that with her. I'm going to be like, yo, we're watching Yellow Submarine. You are going to be a Beatles fan. So, yeah. The next movie I watched was Patriotism by Joyce Wieland. And I watched this in the MoMA, the Museum of Modern Art in New York City. And the synopsis of it is that it's just a guy. I don't know if you can watch it on YouTube or what. Let's see. It's a guy, Patriotism Wieland. I don't know if it's free on YouTube. Whoa. Wait, this is creepy. Patriotism versus nationalism. I'm not no patriot. I mean, I'm a patriot to a different country. No, not really. I haven't lived in China long enough. Well, I visited China for a week, guys. Again, the China vlog is going to come out maybe not ever. I don't know enough about the history of China, or have lived in China long enough to truly be like, oh, I love China, or like, oh, China's like evil, or like, blah, blah, blah. There's, it's probably like a mix of both, because it's like one of the safest countries. Like, genuinely, I was walking with my purse open, nuts hanging out my shorts. No one did anything. No one tickled my nuts the entire time I was there. I was like, I appreciate you, China. I appreciate you, netizens. So the synopsis of Wieland, or Patriotism by Joyce Wieland, is there's this guy sleeping in a bed. It's like a 5-minute film. It's just a guy sleeping in a bed, and then a bunch of like hot dogs dance around him, and then he wakes up and there's a hot dog under his bed, and then he smiles and eats it. And this happened to me, guys. Because this happened to me. This happened to me. I watched it with someone, and then like a couple weeks later, I like woke up and there was a hot dog under my bed, and I was like, okay. But I didn't even notice the hot dog. So yeah. Alright, and then next I have Mermaid and Manhole. I already talked about this. The next 5-star rating I gave was Back to the Future. That's a good film. I still stand by that. I think it's an excellent film with a cool premise, and iconic characters, iconic casting, and yeah, it's just a cool film. I still agree with that. Dokyu-sei. Why did I rate this 5 stars? Cause it's yaoi! Cause it's full of yaoi. It's full of boys' love. Sincerely, slowly falling in love, Rihito Sajo, an honor student with a perfect score on the entrance exam, and Hikaru Kusakabe, in a band and popular among girls, would have never crossed paths until one day they started talking. They practiced for their school's upcoming chorus festival. After school, the two meet regularly as Hikaru helps Rihito to improve his singing skills, while they listen to each other's voice and harmonize. Their hearts start to beat together. And it's not really freaky. It's not really that freaky, but there is a scene where they like make out with each other. Ooh, and I watched this. Yeah, I watched this when I was like in high school as well, and I was like, I was fujoing hard, guys. I was fujoing hard, bro. I don't think I would rate it like a 5 now. I'd probably rate it like a 4, 4.5 now. But it's still like a cute movie that is genuinely good, and it's not like raunchy or like, you know, like yaoi slop or anything like that. It's like it's like still pretty good. Next we have Pinocchio by Guillermo del Toro. And it's just Pinocchio, but it's like done in a more artsy way, and that's really the best way I can describe it. And it's been a minute. I've only watched this movie once, so I don't know if I would re-rate it that, but you know, I might rewatch it and like think about it. Like, I've watched Get Out. I've actually watched all of these movies multiple times except for Dokusei and Pinocchio, so I might want to re-rate it at some point, but I'm too lazy to do that. The next one is Despicable Me, and then Home Alone. We both talked about that. Then the next 5-star rating is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, which is based on a book. The book is like trash. Don't read don't read the book. Like, genuinely, the one case where the movie is kind of better than the book, in my opinion. So the synopsis of One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So we have Jack Nicholson. Hey, I'm Jack Nicholson. I'm Jack Nicholson. And he goes to this mental hospital, and I think it's set in like the 50s, 60s or something like that. Or like 60, I don't know. But when, like, you know, it was still normal to like lobotomize people and do electroshock therapy and stuff like that. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is cool. I like that movie. I think it's inspiring. And it has lots of beats, and like all the characters are very iconic. It's a little edgy, it's funny, and you really get into it. I don't know, I think it's a really good, it's really good. I would definitely recommend, like, if you haven't seen Get Out, haven't seen Yellow Submarine, or haven't seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, I would definitely watch all those movies. Click off this video and watch all these movies. Next is The Irishman, which this is like a 3-hour movie. I wouldn't watch it if you're not into like mafia movies. I would not watch this, bro. But it is unique in the sense that it explores the main character's life, like throughout his whole life. Robert De Niro is the main character, and it goes over the life of Frank Sheeran. And it's like it's about a real story, Jimmy Hoffa, and that whole thing. And it's unique in the fact where it's a really long movie, and it addresses like the end of his life as well, where he's just like an old guy in a nursing home, and then people are like, oh, "Who's Jimmy Hoffa?" And it's like, damn, I really murdered all those people for nothing. Like, I did all that, and I'm just gonna die alone. And isn't that scary? So next is The Joker. I already talked about that. Next, finally, Taxi Driver. I have a lot to say about Taxi Driver. Mainly in the fact that, well, I really like the score. Bernard Herrmann does an excellent job. The Taxi Driver riff is iconic. Iconic. I really like Robert De Niro. Young Robert De Niro. Young Robert De Niro in that movie. Anyway, sorry. Gotta control my hormones. Yeah. Great actor. I don't like it for incel reasons. I just like it because I really like the score. I really like the ISO, and I think I've talked about this before in like a previous video. I don't remember what video, but you know, it really like shows what it's like to feel lonely in a city. Whenever it rains in Boston, my ass, I'm like, damn, I hope this rain cleans off all the filth. Even though Boston's like a relatively clean city, but like not even, because like there's been like stabbings, dude. There was like like someone got murdered in the Common like a week ago, or like a couple weeks ago. Someone got stabbed on Tremont Street in front of Black Seed Grill. That's where I love to get my like if you're getting shawarma fries, be careful, cause you might become a shish kebab. You might become a shish kebab if you're trying to get shawarma fries. Is all I'm saying at Black Seed Grill. Again, just be careful around that. I don't even know, but it's like that area is so touristy filled. It's like, guys, what are we doing? Like, I'm scared. But yeah. Anyway, it's just like, wow, because like I'm living alone. Not to say that I like relate to him too much, but like he feels super alone in the world. And in a way, I feel super alone because like, you know, no one gets me except for me. And people, and again, he also like the relationship between him and Betsy is very much like, oh my god, she's gonna like save me or whatever, and then like obviously it doesn't pan out. Oh my god, my hair is so gross. And then he's just like, well, she's just like every other Foyd, cold and lonely, dude. And that's how I feel. I'm like, damn, all men are the same. Men only want one thing. Truly and honestly, it feels like that sometimes, you know, which sucks. I ain't no femcel though. I still have hope in my heart that one day. Anyway, and that's it. Those are all my 5-star ratings on Letterboxd. I have a decent amount of 4 stars and 4.5 stars. For 1 star, what do I have? What the hell? What the hell? What the helly? Okay. These are my lowest rating things on Letterboxd. And like some of these are like, yeah, it makes sense why this is so low. Bro, why'd I put Dune so low? Why'd I put Scott Pilgrim so low? I think I like rated this in high school. And I was like, this movie sucks. Scott's a pedophile. Gah! Which, I mean, he is, because why are you, because I'm 23, he's 23, and I'm 23. I'm 23, I'm the bassist in a band. Do I want to diddle a little 17-year-old Asian girl? No, I don't. I am the 17-year-old Asian girl inside. So, yeah, he didn't want to diddle her, but like, do I even want to have a conversation with a 17-year-old? No. No, bro. And if you were my age and you actually want to have a conversation with a 17-year-old and you don't think high schoolers are the most annoying people on planet Earth, you belong on a list, is all I'm saying. You belong on that EDP documentary, is all I'm saying. You want a cupcake? Anyway. Oh. Sorry. That's it. This video is an hour long. I'm not expecting anyone to actually like listen to it or anything like that. I'm just getting my thoughts out. Shout out to my day ones, I guess. And you know, like I'm talking as if I'm like depressed and my life sucks. My life is like actually really great. Smile. My life is fine. And it could be a lot worse. I'm just PMSing, so I'm viewing things very negatively, and I've just kind of been overextending myself and overworking myself, and I haven't really had like a good couple days to truly decompress and just like have me time where I'm not expecting anything of myself, where I have absolutely no expectations of myself, because you know, like I had very high expectations of myself growing up, and now I'm facing that burnout as a young adult now. And you know, I think I just need to like rebalance my sense of self. I think I'm doing fine. I'm not doing great. I'm not doing amazing. I'm doing fine. And that's really all that I can hope for. Because like these like actual feelings of like being on top and feeling amazing, they only really last for like small bursts of moments. You know, like I'll have days where I'm like, this is freaking awesome, I love my life, and like, you know, every couple days. Then I'll have days where I'm just like, okay, just another day. Every day she takes a morning bath, she wets her hair, drinks another coffee as she's heading for the bedroom chair. It's just another day. Slipping into stockings, getting into shoes, slipping in the pocket of a raincoat. It's just another day. You know? At the office where she takes her daily break, people crowd around her, and she finds it hard to stay awake. It's just another day. That's a song by Paul McCartney. Listen to it. La 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 la. I la 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 love you, and I la 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 care, and I really want you with me, baby, everywhere. That's a song by Don McLean. So, I've been getting into Tom Petty recently. Listen, guys. I mean, I can't play anything because my shit's gonna get copyrighted, but some song recs for you guys who have made it to the end of the video. Comment what position you want to see me in if you made it this far. Okay, A Town Called Malice by The Jam. Great bass line. It has the same exact bass line as If You're Wondering If I Want You To by Weezer. But The Jam did it first. And I love that song by Weezer. So obviously, naturally, I really like this song. Next song, I played it out loud. Okay. Next song, American Girl by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Guys, get into Tom Petty. He is one of the Wilburys from Traveling Wilburys, along with George Harrison, Bob Dylan, and the guy from Electric Light Orchestra, and one other guy who I forgot. Next is Act Natural by Margaret Glaspie. I've been playing this on repeat, bro. On repeat. Because, like, you know, it's just, like, I don't know why I've been listening, because it doesn't actually, like, fit what I normally listen to, but it's just about someone who, like, really likes someone else. It's, like, a cute little love song. Next is, okay, y'all are gonna hate this song, but the beat is catchy AF. Took My Heart by Drug Bug. Who was Star and Willie Rodriguez was taken. By the way, I'm still waiting for my vinyl that I ordered like in November 2025. Guys. Like November 2024, it feels like, I think. Still waiting for that vinyl. My parents have moved houses, so I had to change the shipping address. I'm about to move. And I was like, hey, did you ship them out? And the person that said, oh, we're going to ship them out today. Then I texted them again, and I said, okay, where is it? They said, oh, we still have shipped 250 of the 350. I'm like, dude, like, I'm moving houses, and I can't go on Bandcamp and change my address anymore, so, like, do I just break back into my old apartment when it ships? Like, genuinely, like, don't piss me off. Friends House Records, don't piss me off like that again. Like, genuinely, I paid $100 for this stupid fucking vinyl. I want it, and I waited like 2 years for it, bro. Like, I know you guys are an independent company or whatever, but at least you can communicate and be like, oh, well, like stuff happens, and, like, if it takes you 2 years to ship a vinyl, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be bratty, but if it takes 2 years for you guys to ship a vinyl, like, guys, what are we doing? Next song, Malcolm in the Middle by Malcolm Todd. I mean, this song is, like, viral, so you've probably heard it, but, like, the beat is, like, like, the beat is cool. It's, like, so cutesy. These are the songs I've been playing on repeat. Next is Soap Disco by Kara's Flowers. Kara's Flowers, this is an interesting band. So when I first listened to it, I'm like, wow, this sounds like Maroon 5. And it's because it was the predecessor of Maroon 5, Kara's Flowers. Because the Adam Levine and, like, his, like, buddies are in it. So listen to Kara's Flowers. It's a good song. To Soap Disco by Kara's Flowers. It's a good song. And Father by Kanye West featuring Travis Scott. Been listening to that kind of a lot. Bully was not that bad of an album, in my opinion. I don't listen to Kanye. I really don't listen to Kanye like that. I think the last time I listened to a Kanye album in full was Donda, like my freshman year of college. Yeah. I have other songs that I've been, like, listening to on repeat, but they're like kind of older. But yeah, so this was my just video on really whatever I feel like talking about. I'm probably going to eat the takeout in my fridge, masturbate, and then pass out. Maybe clean, probably not though. Probably not. Maybe wash my face because I'm kind of breaking out. But yeah, thanks for watching if you watched